If you want to start an online business with more ease, having clarity is key. And as a beginner, I believe the fastest way to have clarity is to either purchase an online course or have a mentor. But when you don't have money to do so, books should be your way to go. The question is, which one deserves your attention? Today, I'm going to share what I believe to be the 5 books to read to have clarity about your goal so you can start an online business with more ease. Let's do it. I was so confused when I started my online business journey, and to be honest, I'm still confused and I'm learning. But a few months ago, I had so many questions in my head and I couldn't get the answer with clarity here on YouTube. And since I didn't have money to purchase an online course or even have a mentor, I had to read books. And these 5 books that I'm about to share with you has changed the way I approach certain areas of online business, especially marketing. Just keep in mind that these books will not solve all your problems magically, but you will find them useful on your journey. And without wasting any more time, let's start with the first book on my list. Still Like an Artist, 10 Things Nobody Told You About Being Creative by Austin Kleon. This book is hands down one of the best one I've ever come across. And as you may know, online business is a creative work. Still Like an Artist offers a fresh perspective on creativity and how we can use the work of others to inspire our own. And if you're curious like me, and I'm sure you are, you might be like, how does an artist look at the world? Now here's the answer on the book. First, you figure out what's worth stealing, then you move on to the next thing. When you look at the world in this way, you stop worrying about what's good and what's bad. There's only stuff worth stealing and stuff that's not worth stealing. By thinking this way, we free our mind from the burden of trying to come up with something new. For example, if you want to start a social media marketing agency, find people who are doing what you want to do and steal the best work. Just keep in mind that you don't have to steal from one person, because if you do, well, people will clearly see that it's a copying. It's not cool. That's what good artists do. Great artists, they steal from multiple people instead. They steal the thinking beyond other people's work. After all, we don't want to look like people who influence our reality, but we don't want to see the world the way they see it. An artist is a collector. They only collect things that resonate with the imagination, things that give them inspiration. And just like an artist, our job is to collect things that resonate with our business goals. And this could be a landing page, Facebook ads, YouTube thumbnail, infographics, or whatever it is that grab our attention in a relationship with what we want to achieve. We should steal it and keep it in our Swipe file. That way, when we have to create something, we know where to go to have ideas. Speaking of creation, we should write a book we want to read. We should DG our knowledge to come up with something we love. Something we know it's not perfect, but good enough, and we'll be excited to share it with other people. After all, what's the point of stealing other people's works and create something where we're the only one to enjoy it? Well, I don't know about you, dude, but for me, it's not fun. We should show our work to other people, and based on the feedback, we will know if what we have created sucks or not. And if it does, well, we can improve it or do better next time. That's how we learn. That's how we grow better. Still Like an Artist by Austin Kleon is the book that helped me change the way I think about creativity, and I hope you will find it useful on your creation journey. The next book I have for you is Atomic Habits, Tiny Changes, Remarkable Results by James Clear. Online business can be challenging if you have bad habits, and we all have bad habits. And like or not, business requires people to be productive, and being productive isn't about motivation. It's about good habits and discipline. There are lots of productivity books on the market, but in my opinion, this book is by far the best one when it comes to building a better version of ourselves by understanding our habits. James Clear in his book introduces the idea of identity-based habits, which are habits that align with our values and beliefs, making them easier to stick in the long term. In other words, the most effective way to change your habit is to focus not on what you want to achieve, but on who you wish to become. For example, the goal is not to start a YouTube channel to make a living. The goal is to become a YouTuber. The goal is not to learn sales to close more deals. The goal is to become a closer or a high ticket closer, whatever you name it. You start by acting like the person you want to be from day one, and you reverse engineer by doing what it takes to become that person. Some people say, fake it until you make it. Do you agree with that? Because I believe somehow it's true. Another thing I've learned in this book is that habits are the compound interest of self-improvement, and small habits make a big difference. So instead of trying to make big changes all at once, James Clear suggests that we should focus on tiny habits that can be built upon over time, because it's so easy to start big even when we know we should start small. We tend to forget that all big things in business or life in general start from small beginning, and this is something that happens to me, guys, because when I was planning my YouTube channel, I was like, I'm gonna make 2 to 3 videos a week so I can go fast. And guess what? It didn't happen, and as a beginner, I had no idea how to make one video, and I ended up procrastinating like crazy. This video you're watching right now is my first video uploaded on YouTube. I decided to make only 1 video a week so I can enjoy this small win, build momentum, learn how things work here on YouTube, learn more about myself, and at some point, I know I'll be ready to start making 2 or 3 videos a week. So whatever you're planning for your online business, I encourage you to start small so you can have more clarity and grow better, because I don't want you to procrastinate as I did. Last but not least, if you want better results, then forget about setting goals. Focus on your system instead. Having a goal is nice, but the problem is winners and losers have the same goals, and the only things that makes a difference is the systems. Losers focus on outcome, whereas winners focus on systems and process, the action they have to do every single day to track the progress and eventually reach their goal. If you want to have clarity about your habits so you can be better in business and life, Atomic Habit by James Clear is the book people recommended for me here on YouTube, and it's my turn to recommend it to you as well. Now let's talk about business books, because I'm sure you're here for that. Let's start with Building a Story Brand. Clarify your message so customer will listen by Donald Miller. This is one of those marketing books where you read it and you end up knowing exactly why your business sucks if you have one, how to fix it, or how to build a business that people care about using the power of story. Donald Miller has done an amazing job by providing a story brand framework, which is 7 principles that starters or business owners can use to clarify their message so they can be seen, heard, and understood in the marketplace. Here's the story brand 7 frameworks. A character has a problem and meets a guy who gives them a plan and calls them to action that helps them avoid failure and ends in success. We are the hero of our own story. When we have problems, we're not looking for another hero, we're looking for a guide, someone who understands our story, who had been in our position and knows exactly how difficult it can be to achieve our damn goals. A good guide provides a plan that doesn't suck, a plan that has clarity about how they will solve not only our external problems, but also our internal problems and sometimes our philosophical problems. Simon Sinek, another fantastic guy in the world of leadership, said, "People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it." And the best business understand that. They do it by using stories as a weapon to solve people's internal and philosophical problems. Scalingwithsystem.com with Ravi Abuvala is one of the websites I know that uses the StoryBrand framework. By the way, this is not a sponsored video whatsoever. I just love what they do. On this website, you can quickly be aware of the character, the problem, the plan, the guide, and more. Someone who wants to scale his business with a client acquisition system is more likely to say yes to this offer as he scrolls down, because they have a clear picture of what scaling the system does and how the transformation will be if they say yes. Their clients are now confused as they scroll down on the website, and as you may know, a confused mind always say no. So if you want to build an online business, use story as a weapon to clarify your message so customer will listen and choose you as a guide for their resolution. And Building a Story Brand by Donald Miller is a book that helps me understand how it works, so I encourage you to use it on your journey as well. The next book I have for you is Marketing Made Simple, a step-by-step story brand guide for any business by Donald Miller, the same dude. Now this book is kind of like an extension of the previous one. You've clarified your message using the StoryBrand framework, and the next step is to build a sales funnel, which is basically a step-by-step process that takes a potential customer from awareness, knowing what you do, to purchase, doing business with you, or buying whatever you sell on your websites. And Donald Miller in his book explains how businesses can create an effective sales funnel by using a series of lead magnets, landing pages, email sequences, and all that jazz. Everything is explained in the book with clarity. It shows exactly how to frame websites and provide checklists that spell out everything we need to know to build a sales funnel that just works. He also talks about the importance of focusing on customer relationships and transformations, doing whatever it takes to provide amazing customer service and even create content that adds values to their lives. Because by focusing on customer relationships and transformations, business owners can create a loyal customer base that will not only continue to purchase from them, but also refers others to the business. I truly believe that Building a Story Brand and Marketing Made Simple books by Donald Miller are two great resources to come up with a great marketing plan. Now, the last book on my list to have clarity when start online business is The 100 Million Offers. How to Make Offers So Good People Feel Stupid Saying No by Alex Hormozy. This book is written by someone who has nothing to sell you, and you might be wondering, who is this guy and how is he making money online? Well, Alex Hormozy is a fantastic entrepreneur, content creator, and founder of acquisition.com. He provides free resources on his YouTube channel and social media to help entrepreneurs go from making less than $3 million per year in revenue to making between 3 to 10 million in yearly revenue. And because they're using these free resources to increase their revenue and they know it's working, they will easily trust the guy when it comes to making more money. And when they're ready to do so, it's an honor for Alex Hormozy to help them hit 30, 50, or 100 millions of dollars in short amount of time using the resources of his company, acquisition.com. He called this kind of offer a grand slam offer, an irresistible offer, an offer that is so good people feel stupid saying no. And guess what? Most of these price and value creation strategy to DG an offer so it can be irresistible are in a book. He also has a dedicated course of this book on his website, acquisition.com. It's free and it's definitely worth checking and learning. There's so much more things in this book, and one of the biggest lessons I've learned from Alex Hormozy is that when we have to create something for free to offer to people, we have to make sure that it doesn't suck, that it's something people actually need and they can easily compare it with other people's paid products. Because if our free stuff sucks, well, guess what? There's no reason for them to go for our paid products or even choose us as a guide for their resolutions. And when people trust you, there's a high chance for them to say yes to your offer, not based on price, but on value, which allows you to easily increase your price because your offer is so damn good people feel stupid saying no. That's what the book is about. There you have it. 5 books worth reading to have clarity to start an online business with more ease. Still Like an Artist, 10 Things Nobody Told You About Being Creative by Austin Kleon. Atomic Habit, Tiny Changes, Remarkable Result by James Clear. Building a Story Brand, Clarify Your Message So Customer Will Listen by Donald Miller. Marketing Made Simple, a step-by-step story brand guide for any business by Donald Miller. The 100 Million Offers. How to Make Offers So Good People Feel Stupid Saying No by Alex Hormozy. Now, as a bonus, I have 3 more books for you that are not covered, but I believe every inspiring entrepreneur should read them. Influence, The Psychology of Persuasion, How to Influence and Influence People, The E-Myth Revisited, Why Most Small Businesses Don't Work and What to Do About It. I will put some YouTube channel links down below so you can have more insight on some of the books I have mentioned today. I'm Nero Harmony, and as you may know, most people are turning their passion for marketing and entrepreneurship into a digital lifestyle business. On this channel, I'm showing my journey of building this business from scratch to find my edge while providing value to you. If this video sucks and it was not helpful to you, please let me know in the comment below. But if somehow you learned something with me today, then like the video, share it to your friends, and subscribe to the channel so we can learn and grow together. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of the day. I see you next time. Bye.